Hi everyone, it's Helen here. Today I will be making bún mắm or bún nước lèo. It's a Vietnamese rice vermicelli noodle soup with fermented fish and seafood. If you're not a Vietnamese, eating this soup might already for you be a challenge, let alone cooking it. It might look really amazing in the pictures, but it's actually an acquired taste. It's stinky, it's heady, spicy and pungent. It's like a punch in your face and a burst of flavor in your palate. So let's see whether you can stand it. Let's begin. For vegetables, you will need a large eggplant, some bean sprouts, fresh Vietnamese herbs like perilla, mint or Asian basils, garlic chives, and water spinach, rau muống. I'm gonna show you a very interesting thing to do with water spinach. I'm gonna detach the tender leaves and tops and save them for the fresh vegetables platter. I'm gonna use this super cool tool called dao dẻ rau muống or water spinach splitter. Just slide the rod into the stem and then push the stem through the round plastic top that has sharp blades in it. The stem will be then split into 5 strips. Then soak it in ice cold water for about 5 minutes and it will become curly and crunchy. You can buy the tools at Asian store. Super cool, right? To prepare the eggplant, prepare a large bowl of cold water with some salt in it. Then cut the eggplant into bite-sized pieces like this. Then drop them into the salted water to prevent darkening. The main ingredient for this soup is of course fermented fish. You can buy mắm cá linh, mắm cá sặc or mắm cá lóc in jars like this. The picture shows you how the original fish looks like. It's fermented fish, so of course it's stinky and fishy. Fill a small saucepan with about 4 cups or 1 liter of water. Then add 400 grams or 16 ounces of fermented fish. Today I'm cooking with mắm cá sặc and mắm cá linh, using half a jar each. At Asian grocery stores, maybe you can find mắm cá sặc xay, which means fermented fish that is already made into a paste. But for more exotic flavor, you want to buy the jars that still have the whole fish in it. Now we're gonna bring it to a boil and simmer on medium heat for about 15 minutes. I know it doesn't look very appetizing and I'm not gonna lie, it smells really horrible. It's like there's a dead body somewhere in my kitchen. If you have a balcony or a garden, I really recommend you to do this outdoor. Just make sure that your neighbors are not around. Otherwise, maybe they will call the police. Just keep boiling for about 15 minutes. Occasionally skim off the foam. After a while, you don't see any fish in the broth anymore. There's only the tiny bones left. Then turn off the heat and set aside. Next, mince the garlic finely and thinly slice the shallots. We also need minced lemongrass, which you can mince fresh ones or buy this frozen like this. Next, we're gonna saute the garlic, shallots and lemongrass until fragrant. It will help to kill the strong smell of the fermented fish broth. If you can eat spicy, add chilies too. This is totally optional, but you can add some thinly sliced pork belly to make the broth more hearty. Just quickly stir fry until it's no longer pink. Now this is my secret ingredient, coconut juice. You can use fresh, frozen or coconut juice in a can like this. I add about 500 ml, that's about 2 cups. Then add 3 liters or 12 cups of water. You can also use chicken broth or pork broth. Then place a mesh strainer on top and pour the fermented fish broth to the pot through the strainer. Discard the leftovers. Bring the soup to a boil and skim off the foam. Then add the eggplant and 2 stalks of bruised lemongrass. The sponginess of the eggplant gonna absorb the flavor of the broth and become very tasty. You don't actually have to do much to season the broth anymore because the fermented fish is salty and the coconut juice is naturally sweet. Just have a taste and adjust a little bit with sugar or more water if needed. Add your favorite seafood like squid, shrimps or fish into a basket and submerge into the boiling broth until cooked. Ladle the soup over a bowl of rice vermicelli, add roasted pork, and serve with the fresh vegetables platter. To serve, you add the bean sprouts, garlic chives, herbs, and the crunchy split water spinach into the bowl. Give it a good stir and enjoy. The curly water spinach has a slight grassy flavor, it's nutritious, and it adds more texture and fiber to the dish. You can also quickly blanch the vegetables in the soup pot to make it softer and easier to eat. Unlike many other Vietnamese noodle soup where we always aim for a clear broth, this soup, on the other hand, is opaque and murky, but intensively flavorful. Forget about pho, forget about bún bò. If I go to a restaurant and they do offer this, for sure I'm gonna order Bún Mắm because I love it. I love the intense flavor of the soup, the tanginess and headiness of the broth. It's crazy, just like the atmosphere of this Bún Mắm shop in Bến Thành Market in Ho Chi Minh City. I hope you like it too. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.